Howdy folks, welcome to week 6 and 7. Yes, I am mixing both of them. I wouldn't say it's been mad loafing, but my time has been everywhere and it's been a really tough 2 weeks. I lost count of time. This is a week 7 video, but I have to include week 6. There's been a lot of spiritual things happening, which you'll see on this next part, this next clip. Alright? Take a look. Hey y'all, I just jumped out of the shower and I was in the shower for like a long time. Like I was able to fill up the tub. Like I put a plug and then I let the shower go really hot and sit at the bottom. I filled the whole tub up and even more. I was just sitting there recovering from this last deliverance. How can I put it? This was I would say the hardest deliverance I've ever gone through. It was that last one, the one that started it all. That emotion that you've never felt because it's been so long. And my head was, you get to the point where you can't even sob anymore because you've cried so much that your body can't. So just tears just flow out. You know, can't breathe out of your nose, just your mouth. You're in the dark, just gripping your knees and feeling emotions that you haven't felt in a very long time. And I mean, I even got to the point where I went into shock for the first time in my life. But my father was there to help me, give me to complete the healing. But it took everything out of me. Everything. I mean, to have an ounce of energy after, just for. I don't know how you could put these moments in words. It's not something that just happens every day. To finally have every hurt removed. You know, yeah, I'm just now left in the healing process, but I've never felt this before. These words on paper can't express what I felt, what I'm feeling now. But God kept His word to me. Through it all in all, He kept it. He delivered me, and I was willing to let Him be my doctor to accept that I'm weak and that He was strong. You know, I'm done fighting. I'm done fighting the pain. It's done. Man. Boy, are we stubborn. Boy, do we find comfort in that pain. Hitting deep beneath layers and layers of more pain. You know, it's been like 6 years in since I've really decided to deal with myself. And considering I have no girlfriend or wife, no children, no brothers or sisters, no 8-to-5 job, no 4-year educational plan, I had a lot of time to focus on myself in those 6 years. But if someone were to tell me it would have taken 6 years of overtime for me to arrive here, you know, I think I'd be held back by that thought. You know, it was not a quick answer. It's not something that can arrive on our calendar and arrive to fit our needs and our dates and our logic. It's wow. I mean, it's like a tree. When a tree gets hurt, it takes many, many years for it to heal, but it does. And wow, I mean, I'm still a bit burnt right now. I'm out of it, but I wanted to do this video just to show that it's real, you know, and that it drains, that it's tough, that's not given, and people don't understand. There's no one here beside me to congratulate me, pat me on the back, you know, pop a couple champagne bottles. There's none of that. It's just you, yourself, and God. At this point, when you're all by yourself, when you're all alone, no one to prove anything to, no one to see anything, no one to judge you. It's just you and God. The only one who should be judging you might come Judgment Day. But I mean, it's worth it. From today forth, you know, I'm going to be a changed man. It's Valentine's Day, 2016, and just so happened to be that, but emotion got triggered with me, and I went to go and deal with it, and I had no clue what I was getting into. It's been a while since your face gets encrusted from tears and all the memories of your life pass before you. All the burdens that you have remaining shown right there before you. Leaves you speechless. And just the bare stalk of you is revealed. At that point, only the hand of God will be able to remove that pain. It's like removing a cancer that you were supposed to die by. Wow. If only you could put your hand in my heart and feel it. What it feels to be empty of pain. To lay down the gloves and not have to fight it anymore. Don't have to do things to cope for it. You know. It's these rare moments in life that get you up and running for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And all glory be to God on this. Yes, I was willing, but my Master, my God, Sealer, Healer, Savior, Abba, Father, whatever, everything. It was because of Him that I'm free. I would give no one else, anything else, the glory. If we only knew how much He really loved us, how patient He is. But we're so self-centered. You know, today I just realized how much I was centered on the pain that my mom gave me, rather than ever taking a moment to think of what kind of pain she was going through to take her life. You know, to think about how my actions impacted her, how my hurtfulness towards her, my choice of words, my close-heartedness to her, my lack of love, how it has impacted from a lack of love. and yet I turn around and did the same thing that I hated to be done to me, and I've done it to others, that I've hurt others in a way, in a manner that I myself was hurt. And rather than being healed and valuing other people's feelings more than mine, I just sat there with my pain and let it work and work. You know, I did a lot of bad things in my life. Seen, not seen, thought of, unthought of. Yes. But God still forgave me. And it's to the point where it's time to heal others. Once I'm fully healed, those fruits will bear. And that I'm an anybody. I'm just like anybody else, everybody else. I'm just a human being, born into money, born out of money, born with a silver spoon, built with fingers to eat. We all have the same emotions, same amount of blood. We all seek to be loved unconditionally. But we get so caught up with ourselves, caught up with our feelings, our desires, that we become so disconnected from the world, from others. Or it's head to head, no longer heart to heart. You know, you open any book, open any news channel, you'll see the problems that we have in the world. But it's because of our sin. So no one else is to blame but for us. Are our actions righteous in response to the other unrighteous actions? Most likely not. Things are so much deeper than what we realize. How blind we are. I think a bat has more of a chance of seeing something than us. We really are so ignorant, naive, stupid and foolish, ungrateful and selfish. All we think of is ourself. Sometimes we may think of someone else. Sometimes. It makes us feel good to help others. How many of us truly are repentful? Stick in, stay with it, and keep the program up to the last day, the last minute of it. Then we complain that it wasn't how we expected it, how we wanted it. Well, who can do partial work and expect full results? You reap what you sow. And when you reap, it's not easy work. Ask any farmer, any manual farmer, if any reaping is easy. If even harvesting and sowing, all of that is easy. You gotta work. And how many of us work spiritually? And when I say spiritually, I mean what the Word of God says. Completely. Don't add to it. Don't take from it. Take one word from the Word of God, you make the whole book void. You add to it, you make the whole book void. It's everything that's there. So, just wanted to say, wow, it's a monumental day for me. Stepping on the moon. It's out of this world. You know, you probably don't know actually, but I would hope you would get to know this day. I would wish this upon everybody, to seek out and to push to the end regardless of what anybody has to say. So what did God say? If you ever take the time to listen, He has a lot of good things to say to you. Everything, actually. Everything He says. Everything. Life's not given at this point. If you look around me, no money, in debt, donated food, pretty much thrift shop clothing, but no job, no education, Nothing I would say would be foundational in my life. But yet this is one of the greatest victories. It was, for me, the greatest victory of my life. Came into some of the darkest moments. And I can only say God was the one that lit that light, that turned that switch. You want to hear true preaching, then listen to this. This is true preaching. These are true results. There's nothing fake about it. God's real. But is your relationship is? Is it? Is it conditional? Is it full of frustrations? Expectations? I know I did it all, I lived it all, tried it all. So, God gave you what He gave us. The difference between a robot is our free will. What do you do with yours? So, by now you've seen the spiritual clip that I wanted to show you and kind of put you in retrospect to it. I watched a movie and there was a part in this movie that kind of triggered an emotion in me. Something to do with suicide. Someone's taking their life, and it was very emotionally present. These emotions, and so when the movie was done, I went into my room, and I just was bawling my eyes out to the point you have a massive headache, you can't cry, and etc., etc. And so I was dealing with many different things inside. It was really the essence of where all the pain came from, and it was the fact that I was done fighting the pain. The pain's not there. I can quit fighting, and it was like this release of tension, if you could say. It was where the adrenaline falls out, and the fatigue just comes and rushes in, and it's been for the past few days since this video. Eating, sleeping. I've been putting in like 12 to 14 hours of sleep, eating a lot. I haven't been able to exercise, haven't really even been able to work. It's just been recovering from this surgery. It was like this recovering from a cancer that was supposed to kill you and you're cured, but it's this recovery mode. And so, no, I have not been exercising, and that's just, it wouldn't really be wise of me to. Again, the whole point was not necessarily about my physical aspect, but the spiritual, the mental, the physical, the inner and the outer parts of all of them. This was the main focus, was a well-balanced life. So no, I was not really able to really put much time into physical, but boy, spiritually, wow. You know, it was like overtime experience. And as for the food part, well, my diet really consists of bread, salad, bread, salad, potatoes and potatoes and potatoes and potatoes. That's really a high carb diet, and low value greens. Why I say that again, most of the food is donation from churches, which is picked up from grocery stores that were letting them go, which means the quality and freshness is not quite there. A lot of canned foods, and you know, they give you brownies, mix, and so you eat what you really eat what you got, and it hasn't really been there. Yeah, I've been drinking some soda throughout the week when I'm at my family's house. Again, not as much as I used to, but yes, there is this input. Pimple-wise, well, I get some redness, and I think that would be due to my food, because also my family has been helping me out, thank y'all, with certain foods. So, you know, you have maybe more dairy or acidic-y, and so certain foods I'm just reacting. It's not necessarily horrible, it's just my body, like I use a lot of mustard now, and the potatoes flavor it, but mustard gives me pimples, you know, so there's certain things that just sucks. You just get pimples because of it. How do I feel physically? I feel pooped. And this has to do with the spiritual recovery. Not necessarily that I can't wait to get back into exercising again. No, I can't really exercise today. My father put back my shoulder, elbow, and my wrist. I was sleeping hard, and I displaced myself while sleeping. It sounds stupid, but when you're recovering and you sleep 14 hours, and these things can happen, you know. So, what else is there to really say? I'm progressing. This is really early. You know, after 52 weeks in the year, 6 and 7. I've seen results in my life. Yes, I have. I find myself a bit more fit than I was when I began in. Food-wise, I've diminished most of the cravings of sugar that I had, and I really would devote it to the detoxing process. I think, wow, I think that was like one of the wisest decisions, was to begin this process with detox. If finance comes into play again, I would like to buy again these products, maybe detox, you know, during the 4-month mark or something like this, and see how this goes. So now I don't have to focus on my body recovering from detox. It's been more recovery from spiritual. So I did with the inner health and the spiritual, which kind of deals with the bad habits and things of this. And, you know, from youth, sugar was a bandage to my pain. It was an escape. So I kind of abused it. So these things were being tackled. This problem of sugar is being tackled by dealing with the pain spiritually. So I'm really happy considering the situation I'm wow, it's peace, joy, righteousness, contentment, so many characteristics, and it just feels great. It really does. I haven't really been home. I've been out helping family, being helped by family and friends, doing these things, and so I really haven't been home. So when I've been home, I've been sleeping. You know, I've go to bed at like 6 in the morning, wake up at 3 in the afternoon, and then sometimes sleeping twice in a day. So I would say these 2 weeks consisted of spiritual, sleeping, and adjusting to this new food. I've been busy surviving. So we'll see what week 8 takes. Do I have any direction for week 8? Yeah, I would like to exercise. I would love to get back into that exercise. I'm not focusing on cardio. When things warm up, I'll be focusing more on definition and body fat. Right now, I just want to lift certain weights and to do certain body weight exercises such as pull-ups, push-ups, bench press, squats. Yes, I need to target abs more because I just have not really done any ab-related exercises as I should. I'll tackle these as it comes. I don't know what happens next week. You know, I do have a life and I do studies. Right now I got to type out most of my poems that I've handwritten. A lot of my book is handwritten, poems handwritten also, but I got to type them out and do corrections and whatnot. So I've been needing to do that. I'm needing to get some more Bible studies, Bible reading into my day. And right now my internet's not working on one of my computers, so it's giving me a break to do the non-really internet-based stuff. My fast computer is working, that's why I'll be able to upload this video. So any questions, any comments, let me know. I want to learn and I want to help y'all. So take care and love y'all. Week 8's coming soon enough. Peace. Jump.